Hey you guys, so I'm reading this book. It's called God Whispers in the Night by Marie. I can't say that last name, maybe you guys know what it is. I'm reading it. I just picked it up like 5 minutes ago, and it's actually a really good book. And I wanted to read the first chapter to you guys and try to post the next chapter every day. Okay, so the first chapter is called Unstable Emotions, and it starts by like a person talking or praying to God, and then it responds with like God's answer, what He would say back to it. It starts off, Lord, I'm disappointed in myself. I don't like what's happening inside me. I'm up and then down. When I listen to an uplifting Bible teaching, or I'm blessed by a scripture passage during my quiet time, I feel fine for a while. I think I'm on my way to wholeness. I'm reminded of who I am in you, and life seems wonderful for several days, maybe even for a few weeks. I dare to hope I'll feel that way the rest of my life. Then one day I suddenly realize that my wonderful confident feeling has disappeared. Like the morning dew, I'm down again. The pattern keeps repeating itself. A Christian ought not to be like this. What can I do about it? And then it switches to God's answer to her. Dear child, you are putting unnecessary doubts on yourself. Who says a Christian shouldn't be like this? Allow yourself to be human. You're still living in a fallen world, you know. You still live in a human body and are subject to its limitations. Instead of being down on yourself when you feel less than your real self, encourage yourself with the thought that just as painful circumstances never last, neither do such feelings. They're always temporary. Life has its hurts and its interruptions, but it always picks up again. And you are wiser and stronger for your experiences. You are growing and changing constantly. You're not the same as you were yesterday, last week, last year, or even 10 years ago. It happens so gradually that you're not aware of it, but your growth is not necessarily steadily forward. That's all right. I accept you as you are. Since you know your feelings are changeable, don't pay too much attention to them. Instead of trusting in your feelings, put your anger in me. I never change. I am always dependable. My purposes are eternal, unchanging, perfect. The plans of the Lord will stand firm forever, the purposes of His heart through all generations. Psalms 33:11. When you're feeling down, you have difficulty being aware of my presence. The enemy would like to use that to keep you from communing with me. Don't let his suggestions affect your devotional life. I am as near you when you feel I'm a million miles away as when you're rejoicing in my presence. I never leave you. Precious child, do you realize it's when you drive yourself hardest that you're most prone to gloomy feelings? Give yourself a break. Allow yourself to do some things just for fun. Stop taking yourself so seriously. The earth won't stop turning if you fail to get everything done in a day. Even Jesus didn't work all the time. He took time to go fishing with His disciples. He called them aside to rest. He relaxed in the home of Mary and Martha. He enjoyed a wedding party. Stop feeling guilty for your feelings. Remember that no one escapes occasional times of low spirits. Look at your shadowy times as opportunities for greater trust in me. Refuse to struggle over anything you have no control over. When your commitments become too much for you, give yourself permission to say no. The world won't fall apart. Remind yourself that I'm in charge. Rest in the knowledge that I'm with you. Nothing can happen without my consent. You are my responsibility. Join the psalmist in declaring, You, O Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. Psalms 86:15. Bear that in mind next time you are tempted to give in to gloom. Your feelings are okay, but don't let them order you around. Remember that you can't always be sure of your feelings, but you can always be sure of my love and faithfulness. That's what matters the most. So that's the first chapter in this book, and I'm going to hopefully read chapter 2 tomorrow and post it online. But if you had the chance to go to the bookstore and get this book, it's awesome. I've only read the first chapter, but I'm already like, this is the best book in the world besides the Bible, obviously. Anyways, so that's all for today, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow.